Hello friends. Today we are going to talk about some amazing facts about wood frog that you probably didn't know.
You begin your life as an egg, not the breakfast kind, the kind that's trapped in a gelatinous egg sac clinging to a reed. You float like a slimy pod of biological bubble wrap in a pond the color of over-steeped green tea. Congratulations, you are a Pacific chorus frog, Pseudocris regilla. Though right now you're more of a microscopic jelly bean than an amphibian. You're not alone. Hundreds of your siblings jitter around you in their translucent capsules. Outside, everything is wet, green, and threatening. Inside, you float and absorb yolk, blissfully ignorant. Life is simple. You do nothing. You grow. Then, one warm morning, you hatch. Or rather, you squish your way out of your egg like toothpaste from a tube, flopping into the pond as a tadpole, a speck of tail and optimism. You have no limbs, no real eyes, no problems. You are pure wriggle. You join your siblings and begin the ritual of nibbling algae off pond rocks and dodging predators. Everything wants to eat you: dragonfly larvae, beetles, newts, even your own older cousins. You don't know it yet, but this pond is a death buffet, and you are the appetizer. While grazing on some delightfully slimy duckweed, something happens. A tiny, fork-tailed creature, like an evil comma with a purpose, rushes toward you, propelled with eerie precision. Before you can react, it drills into your side. You flinch, you shiver, you fart involuntarily. But it's too late. You've just been infected by Ribeiroia ondatrae. You, dear frog, are now part of a horror story disguised as an ecological interaction. Ribeiroia ondatrae is a parasitic flatworm, a trematode, and you are merely one reluctant step on its complex life journey. The parasite begins life in the intestines of a bird, often a heron, digesting frogs like you while soaking in warmth and nutrients. There, it lays eggs, tiny biological bombs that pass out through the bird's feces into a freshwater pond. Once in the water, the eggs hatch into miracidia, tiny ciliated swimmers that seek out the first host in their life cycle, the unsuspecting freshwater snail. Upon infection, the miracidia morph into sporocysts and then redie, each stage involving cloning and multiplication. The snail becomes a parasite factory, pumping out thousands of tiny larval parasites called cercariae. You were struck by one of these. The cercaria drilled into your developing hind limb, embedding itself like a biological landmine. It didn't kill you, yet. That's not the goal. The parasite needs you alive, deformed but mobile. It needs you to be eaten. Eventually, it curls up inside you and waits. Back to you. At first, you carry on. You're a tadpole with goals. Eat, grow, not die. You do all three reasonably well. But something feels off. Your limb buds itch. Your tail aches. Your energy is misaligned. Then, it begins. You grow legs. Then more legs. Too many legs. One foot points backward. One leg grows out of another. Your skin stretches at odd angles. Your reflection looks like a Picasso painting crossed with a frog-themed horror show. At first, you think you're special, faster, better, evolution's favorite. But then you try to swim, you paddle in frantic spirals, your extra legs slap the water like spaghetti in a washing machine, your siblings start to whisper, you try to leap and fall directly onto your face, one leg kicks another, you're entangled in yourself, you become the pond's weirdo. You still metamorphose. The curse doesn't stop that. You emerge from the pond, a fully formed, technically functioning frog, albeit one with a few too many moving parts. You croak for the first time, a weak squeak, more drawer hinge than amphibian bass note. A heron hears. You panic. Your legs fire in every direction like panicked fireworks. You spin into a pile of wet leaves and stay there, breathing hard. You survive. Barely. Time passes. You adapt, as animals do. You grow accustomed to your strange gait, your unpredictable jumps. You hunt. Crickets are hard to catch, but sometimes you succeed. You feel proud when you do. Eating feels good. You almost forget about the thing inside you. Then comes breeding season. Your blood pulses with urgency. Males around the pond begin calling. Deep, melodic croaks designed to lure in females. You join in, your voice squeaky but sincere. Females arrive. You watch the others pair off. Strong males clasp females in perfect amplexus, their limbs interlocking like gears. You try. You sneak up on a female as inconspicuously as possible, which isn't easy with 8 legs and one of them backwards. You leap. You miss. You try again. This time you latch on, but your extra limbs confuse the process. You kick yourself off. Twice. She leaves. You sit in the mud, croaking softly. One day, a half-blind toad wanders by. She's not choosy. She tolerates you. You clasp her in an awkward but effective embrace. You manage to fertilize a clutch of eggs. For one glorious, fleeting moment, you are a success, a real frog, a parent. You stay hidden most days. The other frogs leap with elegance and grace. You crab crawl like a haunted marionette. You don't mind. You've learned to live with your difference. But you notice how others avoid you. You watch couples form each season while you sit alone. Your calls go unanswered. You dream of smooth hops and clean landings, of joining the others without turning heads. It never comes. Even hunting is hard. You stalk an insect with all the focus you can muster, but at the last second, your extra limb brushes a twig. The cricket vanishes. Your stomach growls. You go hungry more nights than you'd like to admit. In winter, your uneven limbs make burrowing into the mud more difficult. While others slip into the pond floor with grace, you struggle, exposed to the cold and the raccoons that patrol the edges. One night, you nearly freeze. Another night, you narrowly escape a snake by awkwardly somersaulting into a bush. It wasn't elegant, but you lived. You try to climb trees like your kin do, clinging to wet bark with sticky toe pads. But your body spins and shifts in unintended directions. You fall more often than you ascend. Once, you dangle upside down for hours, stuck in a tangle of your own legs, until a passing beetle walks across your snout. The younger frogs begin to outcompete you, sleeker, faster, louder. They dominate the spring chorus. Your own call is weak and strange, barely audible over the croaks of healthier rivals. Females don't even glance your way anymore. You start avoiding the pond edge during mating season, lingering instead in the quieter corners, under leaves and moss. Your presence isn't hostile, just forgotten. Then, one hot afternoon, you sunbathe too long on a log. The heat feels good on your joints. You doze. Something moves. A shadow. A heron. It stands like a statue. Only its eye moves, scanning, locking onto your uneven silhouette. You try to leap, but your legs tangle. You pirouette in the air and belly flop into the mud. Chomp. Darkness. Inside the heron's gut, Reberoya Ondatrai awakens. Your parasite has made it home. Your twisted, difficult life has served its purpose. Not for you, but for it.